I'm joined now by Susanne Chishti, CEO of FINTECHCircle. Susanne, welcome.
Thanks, good to be here.
Now, the title of this programme is Responsible FinTech. Just talk to us about why now is the time to be focusing on that.
Yeah, responsible FinTech is all about responsible leadership. So we spoke a lot about corporate social responsibility, and the key to responsible FinTech is that financial services companies and technology companies, no matter their size, want to pursue other objectives now in addition to maximizing their profits. And so ESG has become a key focus. The environmental criteria, which have been discussed heavily during the United Nations Climate Change Summit, COP26. And those goals are, how can companies become a steward of nature? Number two, it's about social criteria. How can companies work with suppliers, their clients, their employees in a better, more sustainable way? And thirdly, it's about governance, about leadership, about social inclusion and diversity. And of course, as part of responsible FinTech, we look at ESG investing. And ESG investing is an area of enormous growth. Bloomberg projects that in 2025, more than $53 trillion will be invested in ESG assets globally, which will make it a third of all assets under management. So that's why we focus on responsible FinTech with this film, because we believe it has got the power and the potential to change the world.
Well, let's pick up on one of those strands that you were talking about, the environmental side. What can be done to make the sector greener?
To make the sector greener, one of the key starting points is to measure our carbon footprint. And that's a very difficult one because it's not easy to know what the carbon footprint is, which we as individuals have got and which companies have. Knowing your carbon footprint is the first step to improving it. Because then you know it's like a dashboard, you know where you are and you can improve it afterwards. And of course, one goal, the key goal must be to reduce our carbon footprint. But the second goal is to offset it. If you can't reduce it, you at least want to offset it.
We hear a lot about cryptocurrency and the environmental concerns surrounding it. How green is cryptocurrency and what can be done to make it greener?
Yeah, I mean, the cryptocurrency industry has been growing enormously, as have the concerns about its environmental impact. They're almost energy intensive by design because millions of computers globally mine. And so the issue is that investors and those enthusiasts who believe in a decentralized economy and believe that cryptocurrencies might be the future of finance have got the issue that the industry has got a bad track record in terms of climate change. However, the good news is that this is being addressed slowly. So we see new developments for new cryptocurrencies are being designed using much less energy and less electricity. So the Crypto Climate Accord seeks to decarbonize the industry and achieve net zero emissions by 2030.
Let's talk about the future. When you think of the future, what's on the horizon?
The impact of new technologies on new markets, on business, on society is huge. So when we think about in 2021, even the first half, we had almost $100 billion being invested in the fintech sector. So what we see is a strong interest by investors to invest and be exposed to this growing and booming fintech sector globally. And in the future, we see developments such as platform-based business models, super apps becoming key themes where more companies focus on those areas. We see large tech companies, all the household names, developing partnerships with banks to create digital banking accounts and in order to service existing clients. And finally, a trend for 2022 will definitely be that we focus even more on green fintech, green finance, and financial inclusion.
Lots to look forward to. Susanne Chishti, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me.